Jima Jewellery lockdown lessons. These lessons are just simple craft ideas to help you along at this time with things, in today's case ingredients, that might be lying around the house even at this time when things are hard to come by. So today we will be making probably what is my favourite activity. We can make pendants and beads from salt dough. So what you need for salt dough is some flour. Any flour is fine. And you will need some salt. I have table salt. And you'll need some tap water. Okay, so get your ingredients ready and then come on back. Great. So now that you have your ingredients, we can get started. The ratio is really simple. Okay, so I have a measuring cup here. 1 cup, which would be flour, 1 cup, and half a cup of salt and half a cup of water. So 1, half, half, whatever that ratio will be in. It doesn't matter what your vessel is. You could be using an empty jar, you could be using a glass, but whatever you use, half it for the second 2 ingredients. So we don't actually have that much flour, so I do need to be quite sparing with it. I'm going to use a jug to mix it in, and I'm going to use half a cup. So I'm actually going a bit less. If you plan on making lots and lots of beads, you can always maximise. But if you wanted to start with less, that's great. So I have half a cup of flour, and ready to go, I have 1/4 of a cup of salt. You've got some maths lessons in here as well. If you feel like teaching your children, I'm sure they will enjoy them. So I have half a cup of flour, 1/4 cup of salt, which means I need 1/4 of a cup of water, which I had ready. And of course, I don't have my spatula ready. Doesn't matter, use whatever you want to mix it. What you should create is a fun kind of dough-like texture. If you have any sensitivities on your hands, I know I've worked with some children who have, and the salt, especially if you have eczema, sometimes the salt really aggravates the hands. So if you can, just wear gloves of some sort. So even gardening gloves could be good, or if you're lucky enough to have some of the gloves that are used in hair salons, or the plastic, the rubber gloves that you can get these days. So you mix it, super simple. I've done it while we're talking, and I'll try and show you. So I can pick it up. It's quite, because of that ratio, 1, half, half, you create this lovely, soft, a little bit sticky at this point. If you feel like it's too sticky, just as if you're baking a cake, add a bit more flour. If you still feel like it's a bit too sticky, you could even add a bit more salt. There are no major rules in this game. Just start with that ratio and then just play around with it, have some fun. Okay, so there's my salt dough. That's the best part, we've made it. If you want to add colour at this point, you can add food colouring, you can even add some paint beforehand. However, if you want to be a bit adventurous and later on save the colour decisions till the end of the game, then hold your horses. We will be talking about that later. So there's our salt dough. Okay, so that is part 1. I'll be back with how we make the beads a bit later.